Last but not least, in my position, I've been very, very helpful and blessed because I tell people all the time, no, I watch NFL as a spectator. I watch NFL as a reporter. I don't know NFL unless it's for y'all. Cam and RC and Swagoo and everybody else in between taught me football. So when I walk into on a set or I walk into an arena, I'm proud and my chest is sticking out and I know what the hell I'm talking about. Because not only did I do my homework, I talk to the people that know. And I'm not lying about it. Nah, RC told me this, Cam told me that or whatever. And unfortunately, on too many occasions, cats that didn't play, they want to act like they knew it all on their own when it's impossible. Yeah. I will never disrespect an athlete by acting like I know what people who actually did it know.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Interesting right there. We're going to break that down because that's an all-star cast, so they deserve the respect of their words and where they land. And I think that they land in a lot of different places. Most that I agree with, but not all. And that's the interesting case. So let's go on this journey together. On this show, as y'all know, the spirit of this show is there are no sacred cows. Don't blame me. Blame my grandma Blackie, rest in peace, who believed there are no sacred cows. So we going to give everybody the smoke, and we also going to give everybody the drink. You know the difference? The smoke is some of the criticism, and the drink is some of the celebration. And that includes myself. So I'm looking at this situation, and what Stephen A. Smith said, that he learned the game of football, the NFL, from Cam and RC and those likes. I don't believe that because I think it's like grade school almost. Like we all learn different levels. Like there's an intro to math, right? And then you can keep taking it, and then you get to algebra, the geometry and trigonometry, and algebra 2 and calculus. Like I just think it's those kind of levels, but to walk around and say you don't know ball or you don't know football or you don't know math, I don't think you go to that far. Now, some people got a PhD in math, and I was damn good at math, but they can't walk up to me and say I don't know math. Now, I mean, I know what they know, but that's the conversation. So I understand where Stephen A. Smith is coming from on there. But there are three things that really jumped out. Muscular move. You guys know what that term means? Muscular move. That means you do one thing, but it does a lot of things, even in that one thing, right? So it's the muscular movement. In sports, a lot of times we would like to call that multi-dimensional movements. That means you got to run, you got to jump, you got to lunge, you got to do a lot of things in just one moment, one play, right? So this was a muscular move. Peep game. As you look at the set, I love this. Stephen A. Smith is a dog. Y'all think it's a coincidence Stephen A. Smith is killing the game? It's not. It's definitely by causation. It's definitely by my man. Look at that set right there. Jimmy Kimmel, anybody? Just letting y'all know how the game goes. That's part one. I noticed that was the first thing. I was like, oh, yeah, that's keep flexing, big dog. Take that job. Go get it. Another thing that I noticed was, like in boxing, this was a feint with a counter, right? Like what they really were talking about got back to what? The third thing, which is Peter Schrager. Like, we're days removed from RC and that hot take against Peter Schrager, and this was kind of dressed up. This set was dressed up. They're sitting there dressed up to really talk about that. Like some of y'all out there, this is basically Stephen A. Smith saying to Peter Schrager, without saying his name and without saying it directly, because that's how he rolls. He's like, look, if y'all gonna work here and y'all gonna be talking this game, y'all gonna have to defer to them because that's their lane. Our lane is to respond off of them. Our lane is to give the summation, to give the hot take, to be the journalist, whatever you want to call it, but we got to give them their space as well. So this was a direct shot without putting the name on it to Peter Schrager. Yes, he caught that stray, as they would say. So I ask you this question. Let's be smart. Let's be philosophical here. Let's go to sociology class. Is there a limit to your knowledge based on experience? I'm going to say it again. Is there a limit to your knowledge based on experience? I know your answer. Beat it up in the comments right now. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. Is there a limit to your experience based on your knowledge? The converse, right? So we're going to go both sides. There's a limit to your knowledge based on experience, or is there a limit to your experience based on your knowledge? You get where I'm going right now? Okay, because this is what the conversation really is about. Ballers, athletes, to broadcasters, to nerds, to the journalists, to the outsiders, to the NARPs. That's what they're asking. There's a limit to your knowledge based on your experience. That's what they're asking themselves, and they're telling you, chill, you don't know it all. The problem with that is, and look, I'm one of the guys that could flex that. The problem with that is just PhD example. There are Hall of Fame football players, 400? So I cannot say anything about football to them, or they always got the big joker. They always got the trump card. Now, I don't believe that. Now, they played football better than me, but that doesn't mean they know football better than me. You understand that? Because football is about execution, but execution isn't just how good you are. You could be in a better situation, right? You could have a better coach, right? You could have came to better circumstances, right? All these type of things, because I've been the one who benefited from, like, coach love me. I'm sorry, dog. I know you out there killing it. You look better than me, but coach love me, right? I could have got drafted. I always tell people this. If I didn't get drafted to the Buffalo Bills, which I'm so thankful for, but if I got drafted to the New England Patriots, before my deal was up, I would have been a Super Bowl champion. Mess around and just say, yeah, I'm going to stay again, take one of them Patriot haircuts. I would have been a 3-time champion. Now, y'all be looking at me different, but I'll be the same dude. I'm telling y'all. But instead, I'm Buffalo to San Diego. No rings from that. You get my point. So if we're going to play that game, then there's 400 people at least that I can't talk about. And then those fringe Hall of Famers, which is about 1,000 or so cats, I can't say nothing to them. Stop playing. Because if we want to play that game, here we go. In that 400, can number 400 say something to 399? Can 399 say anything to 300? Can 300 say anything to top 10? You get what I'm saying? No, you don't know. You don't know. What? So who is number one? Tom Brady? So if Tom Brady talks, everybody shut up. No more football talk. Doesn't sit well with me. I can see the logical fallacy in it. It's an abyss of BS. But that's the conversation a lot of times that ballers have to the nerds. Chill, chill, chill. Then if I were a nerd, I'd be like, okay, I will chill. But then when someone better than you talks, you chill too. So Cam Newton was better than Ryan Clark, right? So that's crazy. Peep game. Stephen A. Smith like, hey, I defer. Ryan Clark goes and gives him a great hot take. And Cam be like, RC, chill, chill. Where does Teddy Bruschi come in? Teddy Bruschi sitting there like, I got these rings, these things over here. But I was better than you. I won an MVP. See what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see it. Now let's do the flip for the nerds out there. What's the statement that they're making and the question that they're asking? There's a limit to your experience based on your knowledge, right? Not only your playing experience, but now your experience up here as a broadcaster. Because you're in my house now. You're on set. You're in the studio. This ain't no field. So there is a limit to your experience based on your knowledge. How articulate are you? Can you communicate well? Can you communicate and articulate your experience? I wonder how much of your experience is properly being, excuse the frog, articulated and communicated based on your knowledge. Now, I ain't trying to clown you. I ain't trying to standardize test you, but how much do you know? And then more importantly, forget the arithmetic and forget the English. How much do you know about the game? Were you one of those natural freaks that didn't study? Respectfully, Mike Vick said, man, I wasn't studying that much until I got to like Philly. So are you one of them? And you know what? If Mike admits it, you know how many did it? Come on, y'all. How many cats are just out there? Look, I'm bigger, faster, stronger. It's just going to work. I know a few names, but I ain't going to out them. But I know a few names that boy didn't know nothing except see color, hit color. That was it. So now you're in my world. I think that your experience, which I admire, respect, you're a beast, is kind of limited based on your knowledge because you can't say it. You don't know it. You just did it. Got that off my chest. Had to get all that off my chest. So the verdict is stop. We all borrow. This is the same conversation we have in culture. People get mad when somebody takes something from your culture. But, boo, you borrowed a lot from their culture. No, we didn't. Yes, you did. You just don't know world history, damn it. If you know world history, the first thing you understand is this is a big-ass pot of gumbo, right? Just simple as that. We borrowing, we taking, they take from us. And there's so many topics we could go into. You could go into slavery where it seems like it's proprietary. Black people were slaves. Man, everybody been a slave. And within their borders, everybody, everywhere they've been it too. That's just one example. Beat it up in the comments. Have fun with it. You know me. I'm here to spark the thought and to pass out that drink and pass out that smoke. So let me know what you guys think about all of that. Are you with the athletes? Are you with the nerds? Or if you're like me, you don't pick a side because the world is round. There are no sides. The world is round. Last but not least, I just want to let you know the response to this because when you talk about the feint with the counter, the boxing term that I used earlier, peep out this article, Awful Announcing. They put this article up. Stephen A. Smith claims too many non-players act like they know it all. I thought this was fascinating, this part. The fact that they caught on to this, and they said, according to Smith, not every non-athlete in sports media is as self-aware as he is with a willingness to credit former athletes for the knowledge they possess. Right? And then he went on to say what we already heard. But peep this. Look at this summation. Smith, Clark, and Newton did not connect this discussion with ESPN's Peter Schrager in any way. But it's worth noting we're just 2 weeks removed from Clark calling Schrager out for bringing his non-player view to get up. Perhaps it's just happenstance that Smith, Clark, and Newton were now discussing the non-player versus former player perspective. But they were aware of how much the topic had blown up 2 weeks ago. So basically they're like, we just talking about this. No. Just like how when Stephen A. Smith was talking about leveraging contracts the day after Molly's departure from the show, these are not coincidences, y'all. They just don't want to put their name to it because they don't want to look like that guy. But I'll look like that guy if it's the truth. It don't matter. Smith, similarly, say the word, brings a non-player view to ESPN. He just claims to be self-aware about it. But that same self-awareness didn't stop Smith from saying he would have swung on LeBron James after their altercation during the Lakers game earlier this year. It hasn't stopped him from mocking Kyrie Irving and Kawhi Leonard. It also hasn't stopped him from threatening Kevin Durant and Tiki Barber. So, yeah, maybe Smith won't disrespect an athlete by acting like he knows what they know. However, now they wrote the shit out of this. He will disrespect an athlete by acting as if they don't know what he knows. God dang. Somebody up in Awful Announcing thinks Stephen A. Smith is awful. They wrote the hell out of that. I was like, oh, God, is that what we doing? So now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We got to pay some bills. We flow, boy. But before we flow, boy, you know what we got to do? We got to check in on your flow, boy. And I'm talking about this. Do y'all understand what this product is right here? This is Aura. And I'm trying to help y'all out there and put y'all on game. Americans lost $12.5 billion to scams last year. So don't think it can't happen to you. That's why I roll with Aura right here. Think of them like an all-pro safety in the backfield, like Rodney Harrison, always watching. Aura monitors all 3 credit bureaus, alerts you to fraud up to 250 times faster, and backs you with $1 million in identity theft insurance plus 24/7 support. Did y'all hear what I just said? That's the Aura product right there. So I want you guys to click on this right now and make sure you get your Aura product. Peep game, real spit. Go right there to the QR code or go to aura.com/Marcellus Wiley. Lock down your credit, clean up your data, protect your devices all in one app. Hit aura.com/Marcellus Wiley or the link in my description for a 14-day free trial. Stay safe and keep your identity yours. 14-day free trial. That's for y'all. Love me? I know you do. So now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. Oh, why I do this? They don't deserve this. Every time this come out, you know who I grab. I gotta go get my boy DMX. Yo, what's up, myself? Rest in peace, big dog. Yo, you want some of this, son? All right, and I need Cujo. Man, I'm out the A right now, boy. You go get that thing? Yeah, who we talking about? Stephen A? Ryan Clark? Cam Newton, let's go. Hey, Stephen A. on the mic with the volume on 10. Cam Newton in the hat. Clark ready to spin. Wow. Talking about non-players y'all can't comprehend. But hold up, let's rewind. Where the logic begin? Some of the sharpest minds never strapped up no pads. Didn't dunk, didn't throw, didn't hit no jabs. They studied the game like a blueprint map. Breaking down X's and O's with a pen, not a snap. Some stars can't explain what they do. They got rings on their fingers, but they mumbling too. Great athletes don't always translate to the booth, cause being legendary don't mean you can speak the truth. So we'll give, man, the whole thing's twisted. Talent and talk, they don't always coexist, kid. Respect the grind, respect the brain. Both lanes matter if you elevating the game. So whether you a baller, scholar, in a suit, if you bringing real insight, the word got roots. Stephen A, Cam Clark, debate still popping, but the game needs balance, so the convo ain't stopping. Yo, whoa, oh. Man, I just like to blend it. Write it down and send it. Like this video about to end it. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most, and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities.
Let me put you onto something that's part of my daily routine now. Vinia, not a powder, not a pill.
It's the Daily Chews 2X formula. And yeah, they taste good too.
It's plant-based. No stimulants, no crash, no jitters, no banned substances, no junk. It's Informed Sports certified. Just something that actually delivers. Link in description, vinia.com/Marcellus. Discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Wow.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so